Welcome back. Today, we're putting on our forensic hats to break down a massive story that's been sending literal shockwaves through the crypto industry. We're going to do a full explainer on the highly sophisticated multi-chain digital heist that just recently targeted the crypto payment platform AAA. This isn't just a story about stolen funds. It's honestly a fascinating look into how digital ecosystems are actually built, exactly where their vulnerabilities lie, and how modern attackers exploit them.
Okay, let's dive into this. We are talking about $9.7 million here. Attackers managed to walk away with a staggering amount, making it one of the most significant cross-chain wallet exploits we've seen in recent times. And they didn't just hit a single target either. No, they systematically drained funds across 6 entirely different blockchain networks. The stakes here are incredibly high, and the level of planning required for an operation of this magnitude, well, that's exactly what makes it so absolutely crucial for us to unpack today. So the crucial point is this. There is zero evidence suggesting the underlying blockchain networks actually failed. The cryptography itself is completely sound. Instead, the attackers completely bypass that inherent security by targeting the management infrastructure. Think of it like the digital doors and windows built around the crypto. This is a vital distinction because it hits the nail on the head regarding where the real vulnerabilities are hiding in modern finance right now.
Section 1. The crime scene. Hot wallets. Now, you probably know the drill with hot wallets already. They're actively connected to the internet. Exchanges, payment companies, and massive crypto businesses like AAA rely on them every single day to provide the rapid, seamless transactions that we as users just expect. If you want to buy, sell, or transfer funds instantly, you are 100% relying on hot wallet infrastructure.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate crypto trade-off. Hot wallets give you that blazing speed, but they inherently possess a massive attack surface simply because they sit online. Cold wallets, on the other hand, keep you completely offline and highly secure, but they are infinitely slower for processing everyday transactions. It's just a constant push and pull between utility and safety. So, how exactly do these huge platforms deal with that risk? Well, it's a constant tightrope walk of balancing security with accessibility. Standard practice for these companies is to keep only a tiny fraction of their total customer assets in these fast, vulnerable hot wallets to handle daily volume. The vast majority of the funds are kept locked down in cold storage, safely offline. But as we'll see in this case, the attackers found a back door to compromise that hot wallet layer.
Section 2. The getaway. A multi-chain operation.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer scale and coordination required here. The stolen assets were instantly spread across multiple interconnected ecosystems. We're talking Ethereum, BNB Chain, Polygon, Solana, and others. This tells investigators right away that this was absolutely not some random opportunistic hack. No way. This was a carefully planned operation by actors who deeply understand how to rapidly jump across multiple unique digital environments. You see, as crypto companies grow, they obviously want to offer users more flexibility, which means expanding beyond just a single blockchain. But that growth equation comes with a serious cost. More blockchains mean you need more private keys, more infrastructure, and a whole lot more software integrations. Cybersecurity experts constantly warn that this increased operational complexity, it's like a giant puzzle, ultimately translates to a much wider attack surface. Defending every single interconnected component just becomes significantly harder.
Right now, the exact entry method remains officially unconfirmed, but investigators are aggressively scrutinizing a few key attack vectors. Did the attackers compromise private keys? Did they exploit weaknesses in wallet management systems? Maybe credential theft? Or did they find deeply hidden vulnerabilities within the supporting infrastructure? Whatever the initial vector was, it allowed them to completely bypass all standard security controls. Section 3. The response, containing the exploit.
Let's move to and see how this builds into AAA's rapid containment protocol. When they discovered the exploit, they executed a 4-step strategy to lock it down. Step 1, suspend all affected wallet activity to immediately freeze the momentum. Step 2, aggressively strengthen internal monitoring to catch any lingering threats. Step 3, loop in specialized blockchain analytics firms to trace the digital footprints. And Step 4, notify law enforcement to elevate the whole investigation. Now, you might be wondering, hey, aren't crypto transactions public? Can't we just follow the money? Well, the ledger is indeed public, sure, but actually recovering stolen assets is notoriously difficult. These attackers are smart. To maximize their getaway and make tracing, well, actually, scratch that. To make tracing practically impossible for investigators, they utilize cross-chain bridges, mixers, and dozens of intermediary wallets to deliberately obscure their tracks and wash the stolen funds.
Section 4. Self-defense, securing your digital assets.
You know, you really don't have to be a massive payment platform to fall victim to these kinds of infrastructure vulnerabilities. These enterprise exploits are a huge reminder to lock down your own everyday habits. Mandate two-factor authentication for yourself, keep your recovery phrases entirely offline, meticulously verify wallet addresses before hitting send, and guard your sensitive credentials at all costs. It's just essential daily hygiene. If you're holding on to any significant amount of digital assets, security pros highly recommend taking a page right out of the corporate playbook. Use reputable hardware wallets, those offline cold wallets we talked about earlier, for your long-term holdings, rather than leaving the whole shebang online. Furthermore, diversification matters, folks. Avoid keeping all of your digital assets sitting on a single platform. If one target gets hit, you really don't want your entire portfolio vanishing with it. Ultimately, incidents like the 888 exploit highlight a major reality check for the entire digital asset ecosystem. As institutional participation increases and adoption spreads like wildfire, companies are no longer just competing on flashy features or low fees, they are competing on trust. Massive investments in security audits, rigorous employee training, real-time monitoring, and ironclad key management, they are no longer optional. They are the absolute essential baseline for doing business today. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. The technology is undeniably maturing, but operational security remains the ultimate frontier. So look at your own habits, your own digital footprint, and ask yourself, as crypto goes institutional, is your digital vault truly secure? It's a question definitely worth finding the answer to before it's too late. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay secure.